Hello everybody, I am Aliki. I'm a small town Greek girl that is discovering the world. And this week I have discovered autumn. Of course, I can hear somebody say, so like you don't have autumn in Greece? Of course we do. Of course we have autumn. We are not that tropical. Not at all. We have autumn. It's just that autumn is Greece in Greece is just not great, let's just say, especially when you are a child. And I'm not complaining at all because, we're killing in so many other areas, right? Summer. Are you joking? Greek summer. Best ever. Then we have spring, that is very pretty, but autumn is just depression. One day it's sun, blue sky, swimming, playing all day, eating strawberries and watermelon, and then like this, the next day it's just rain, 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 and books. Kind of sounds amazing now that I think about it. But when you're a kid, it's not amazing at all. It's kind of horrible. It's horrific. You don't want that. And so for years and years and years in my life, I just hated autumn. It was the worst time of the year. Every time autumn was around the corner, I was sad and miserable and complaining endlessly about everything, about every single thing. Why? Why is this? Why do all the leaves fall? Why is everything so ugly? Why is everything dying or dead? Why does it rain? Like, why does it rain? I remember asking this to teachers and parents and everybody. Why does it rain? And everyone, of course, was happy and accommodating to my curiosity. Like, oh, there is water that evaporates and it becomes this nice cloud. And no, I get that. I would say, I get that. I get the mechanics. Why? Why is this necessary? Why? Who made it happen? And why? Is it to clean us? Like to just a quick watering? Like an automatic sort of watering but the universe just threw to us to make sure we're like clean? Because we have showers, right? That's not needed. We don't rely on this big otherworldly force to make us. We're fine with our showers and our stuff. There's technology nowadays. Shouldn't it stop raining then? We can water everything. We can water the ground. You understand the spirit. Very upset. And there was no good answer. Right? There are no good answers about those things. I was crazy. I started speculating like I think they want to see us suffer. Whoever did that, whoever did this, they just wanted to humiliate us. That's what they want. They want to see us wet and poor and miserable, running around on the tip of our toes in the street, like the funny walk, like a rain walk or rain run with the palms up, like up, like as if that's gonna do anything, like the palms are gonna do anything, like they're gonna stop the disaster that is ongoing. Just embarrassing, really. Just someone's peeing on us. And we're trying to persuade ourselves that it's pretty and melancholic. So I was very upset about it. And, nobody takes you seriously, of course. But there was one person, I don't remember who it was, but somebody, I think it was a kindergarten teacher, I'm not sure. But they told me it's because we have to use all those umbrellas that we have. Right? Because if there was no rain, what would we do then with all of the umbrellas? And I was like, I see it, that makes sense to me, you know? Like, of course, it would be a disaster. There's all those umbrellas around, the industry, huge industry, obviously, with all of this product. Then the stock market would collapse after the umbrella fiasco. I say that. I don't know. And it continued. Every year, I was the saddest at autumn for no particular reason, just unhappy, just waiting patiently for it to pass, like it's some type of illness. And then, it just continued and continued for all the years that I was in Greece. And then I moved abroad. And I live in Sweden now. And autumn is different. It's the same autumn. It's not like, we remarketed it or we had an autumn rebrand or something. It's autumn. That's it. That's the stuff. But it just has a different. I have a different reaction to it. Has different meaning to me. I've experienced it different. It's my favorite time now, and I don't know where to begin. I mean, first of all, now in Sweden particularly, if you're towards the Nordic countries, up, anywhere in the higher area of the globe, this time of the year, oh my God, it's the only time of the year where day and night are, dare I say, normal by my standards. Okay, my standards for day and night are, nothing extreme, but just like that it's day at day and then it's night at night. I like that, I really like that. I like it when during the early hours after the night there is sun, and then as we go towards the night the sun leaves and the moon comes, and I don't wanna overdo this, but I'm just trying to say that in the Nordic countries it's like the sun is seriously overworking in the summer, and then the night comes, for a couple of hours, just kind of says hi and leaves, and then in the winter it's the other way around. But in the autumn, the sun comes up in the morning at like, I don't know, 7, and then goes down in the evening at about 7. The beauty is in the simplicity of this beautiful and unique design, I would say. What a smart design this is. What an intelligent, convenient, user-friendly design. Just, I can't have enough of that. And I don't have a ton of time to enjoy it because, it's gonna live together with autumn. It's like I'm jet lagged for months and months in continuation. I'm jet lagged for the whole winter because it feels like one big night. The first summer that I came to Sweden, it was like, I don't see me sleeping. Like, because, call me weird, but I have this thing for me to sleep. I need the sun to sleep first. We can't sleep at the same time. I need to see that the sun has left the building, and I get to be a little bit in the night, take my time, get sleepy, then I get to sleep. In the summer, this is absolutely impossible, and everybody is alone. Good luck. So, how do people sleep? Here, I personally have no idea. I don't know. In Greece, we have the super heavy kind of blinds that have been known to humankind. The heavy, super thick, like either plastic or like wood, super, the ones that you see in movies by the sea, and they look a bit Mediterranean, you know, and they're like big chunks of wood that you cover the window, and then it's like, whoa, what happened? It got sucked in a black hole. Like, it's dark. Like, you don't see your nose. Dark. This type of thing. And we use this in Greece when, you know, at night, it tends to be night, regardless of the season. We just use it for what? For nothing. For to sleep in after a party. If you want to sleep until 11 o'clock, that's the way you do it. If you want to have a little siesta, sleep for a couple of hours after, you know, after food. That's it for the post-meal occasional siesta. And we have this super unique design for it. I don't understand how is it possible that in Scandinavia there are no Jaeger blinds. There's those tiny little thin like leaves of plastic that are like half a centimeter thick, and they just kind of switch directions. You turn a little thing and they just like, they look up or they look down. So do they cut light? Absolutely not. At best, they kind of redirect it. They just send all the light, everyone whose light goes upstairs or downstairs by the turn of the plastic. That's the best. I'm sorry, this doesn't cut anything. How do I do it now? Well, as a pro. Now, in this house, we have thick molten black fabrics that are used in cinematography and film and photography to block light. So that's what we use. And we have stapled it by the window everywhere. So no light comes in. It's studio dark, studio conditions. And that is how I can sleep. But not in the autumn. In the autumn, we have the fantastic design of day and night, again and again and again, in equal parts, or roughly equal parts. And that is one of the reasons that I love autumn so much nowadays. It's crazy. Well, I don't have school, that also helps, of course. And the rain is a bit more chill. I mean, of course, there's tons of rain in Stockholm as well, but it's a bit chill, you know. It's the kind of rain that, you know, you say, well, maybe I won't take an umbrella. Maybe I'll just take a jacket, a water-resistant jacket. They're not even completely, you know, 100% water resistant, like 50% water resistant jacket and no umbrella, and like, I'm fine. You know, it's like a mist. It's just like, you're not being watered, you're being refreshed, you're being misted. It's not that bad. I can get used to that. So I'm a bit more chill with the rain. I also have gotten used to the rain. I'm not as fanatic against it as I was when I was a child. And I kind of like it now. So because of all of those things, now I like autumn. I never believed that this was possible. I could never see that happening to me. And now I'm just this person that loves autumn. And I love it so much. And now having relaxed with all of those things, like those simple things that are better for me in autumn, I can actually, you know, chill a bit, look around, and actually appreciate the beauty of it. How beautiful it is to see how, you know, everything turns in all those beautiful colors. That's also another thing, that in some countries there is this different type of plantation, let's just say, and the colors look different. For example, I've seen that more towards the north, you see more of those deep green colors in forests and just plantations generally. While in Greece, we have this more like olive type of green, or a lighter green in the plantation. So when autumn comes around, everything in Greece turns kind of yellowish. But in Sweden and more towards the north, it gets more reddish. So it's a completely different experience. Everything getting yellow, you're like, oh, pretty, golden, I don't know, but everything turning red and yellow, that's like, whoa, where's my brush? Like, I have to paint this. And I have been painting a lot actually from these leaves recently, because I love it so much. It's a different experience completely. I was talking with a friend of mine recently, and he said he noticed this as well. It's like it's a different green in Iceland. He's seen it in Iceland. Even in spring, when you have all of those beautiful colors, they're a bit sporadic. You know, you have some flowers here, some flowers there, something, whatever. But in autumn, it's like everything, everything is red with like some golden highlights. I mean, shivers everywhere. I was thinking all those things, and I remembered at some point, I don't even remember when, seeing a story that was saying that people in, I think it was Virginia, somewhere in the United States, have put in around close to nature special types of viewfinders, so like physical lenses that you can look through, that are somehow color corrected for color blindness, so that if you have color blindness and you can't see all of the hues in autumn, they're color corrected, so that if you look through those particular lenses in the exact same thing, but everybody says, but you see it a bit differently, you see what everyone else sees who does not have color blindness. So you're not missing out on anything from the image, from the fall image, which was fantastic. I thought that this was amazing. And also I thought, I want to go and check this out. And I don't know if we have them here. I didn't check, but for a second I got quite nervous. I thought, maybe I have color blindness. I just don't know about it because I don't remember being checked. Maybe I have, I don't remember it. So maybe all of this thing that I am like, raving about is actually not even the whole thing. Maybe I'm missing on something, but I just don't know it because I don't know that I have color blindness. And I was thinking about it and that I should have myself checked, but then I decided that I'm probably fine because of the paintings, because I've been painting a lot. So if I'm mixing colors and always try to get as accurately as I can. And I think that if I didn't see all the colors, somebody would have told me something. And not even in a serious way, not even like, I need to talk to you, or like, oh, have you ever checked your eyes for this? Just even in a silly, like, oh, I like how you have tuned down all the yellow hues in the image and have only focused on the green ones. I think it's just it makes it very pristine. And I'd be like, define yellow. and, and then, things would start make sense. Oh, that is why everybody was telling me about this blouse and this other one that I thought were the same color, but they said it, just come together. But it's probably not the case again, because I think that my colors look quite accurate. I actually think that we could have extra uses for those viewfinders, because I told you, like, where I grew up, we didn't have those red hues. We only have the yellow hues and a little bit of orange maybe sometimes. But what if we put the viewfinders in places that maybe don't have the whole autumn spectrum, or even places that do not have autumn at all, you know? Like, so that the kids in the Caribbean can see what autumn looks like in Scotland, you know? We'll add a bit of haze and a bit of red and a bit of, and you go to the park and just see it. I know I would have liked it if that was available. But either way, just enjoy autumn now that it's here. If you have it, take it in. It's pretty. The pretty is here. The pretty is upon us. Thank you so much, and see you next week. Ciao.